Hey everyone, welcome to yet another video on my channel. And today's topic is on retroactive jealousy. So, do you find yourself dwelling on your partner's past relationships, obsessing over their former flames, and feeling an overwhelming sense of jealousy that just won't quit? It's you have come to the right place, and this video is for you because you might be experiencing what's known as retroactive jealousy, and rest assured, you are not alone. Okay, as I will actually share my journey with retroactive jealousy in future videos, but I did struggle with it for a very long time. And it took quite a while to really come to terms with it because there are so many factors that contribute to someone developing retroactive jealousy in a relationship. And I would like to talk about five key factors today, key things, or qualities, characteristics, that you may actually also kind of have, which would actually make you more prone to retroactive jealousy than other people would be. Okay, so what are these five signs? So the very first sign is you have an anxious attachment personality. Okay, so people who have an anxious attachment style, which stems from a childhood where the caregiver was actually not very consistent with the way that they actually showed up for the child, this can actually leave the child feeling really insecure and unsure about themselves. And this manifests into a personality that is afraid of their partner leaving them for someone else, and constantly needing to prove their love, and anxious or kind of like really nervous about their partner's feelings for them. So anxious attachment styles can make someone really fearful of their partners leaving them and can have trust issues too. Okay, so this style can actually make someone more prone to worrying neurotic behavior and constantly needing their partner to assure them of their love. Okay, so they are more obsessive and as a result more prone to retroactive jealousy. Okay, and the second characteristic or second quality is that um, people who are very trustful or distrustful of other people, okay, are more prone to retroactive jealousy. So for those that are prone to RJ, or retroactive jealousy, as I will call it from now on, can actually be people who just don't innately trust others. Okay, it is sometimes not even something that a partner is saying or doing that makes them distrustful, but people with a tendency to be distrustful of others always feel like the other person is hiding something or misrepresenting reality or lying. Okay. So this mistrust of people is what can really trip people up, um, especially those who are prone to RJ in a relationship because they do not trust what their partner actually says about their past. So they constantly grill, and analyze and ask, for all sorts of details that actually worsens their retroactive jealousy and makes them even more upset. Okay, the third quality is a real deep, intense sense of possessiveness of their partner. Okay, my partner is mine and nobody else's. So many people prone to RJ tend to be over possessive of their partners, okay, to the point where they feel like they own their partners, body, mind, and spirit. Of course, this is not something that is consciously felt or experienced by the partner with RJ, but at the root of many of these RJ situations in relationships, because they see their partner as belonging to them, they are, they are kind of, possession, though many RJ prone people are not aware of this sense of possession that they have. But this explains why they actually feel a deep sense of betrayal when they find out that their partner has been with others or has liked other people before or slept with other people before. Okay, to the RJ prone person, their partner cannot love, cannot sleep with, or like anyone other than themselves. Okay, their whole entire lives. Their partners cannot have a past. Okay, this doesn't sound very rational, and you're probably, rolling your eyes kind of listening to this, but RJ isn't a very rational emotion. Okay, see the contradiction here? So, of course, there is also a need to assess if the RJ is actually stemming from a lack of compatibility in sexual or relationship values, which is something I'll talk about in another video. Because sometimes the jealousy is not because of insecurity, but because of incompatibility. Okay, a fourth quality is that you have a lot of hang ups about and beliefs about love that do not reap the right results. Okay, so for instance, getting hung up about the fact that, oh, their partner held hands with someone else before, and they start obsessing over that detail, or holding beliefs about relationships or sexual purity. Nothing wrong with this, by the way. We all have different values, and it's about finding someone that has the same ones as you. um or a very big one as well, believes that if a person has dated or has had several relationships before, that they are not a good person or a good fit for you, or that they won't love you and you don't feel as special because you're not the first one. There can be lots of hang-ups over, being the partners, not being the partners first for anything. Okay, especially if a RJ person is already dating someone who has dated other people before, a lot of these hang-ups can actually come up. Um, the next quality, the fifth quality, is the obsessive compulsive thinking, which is actually very similar to limerence. Okay, so one of the features of RJ is that uh, it shares this with limerence is the obsessive quality of it. So people very prone to RJ normally fixate on a specific quality of their partner, which they deem to not be acceptable. Okay, so most of RJ prone people is the partner's past. Okay, so they will ruminate and wonder and fixate on what happened between their partner and the ex before them. How they held hands, how they hugged, how they actually, details of them sleeping together, things like that. Okay. Um, and coupled with an anxious attachment style, inaccurate beliefs about love, low self worth, and not being able to let go of things, the overthinking and rumination can lead them to a very upsetting and dark place. Okay, usually what is being imagined by them is more exaggerated and more painful than what could have happened. And this obsessive quality is what keeps an RJ prone person stuck in a trap of always feeling inferior and second best a memory of a person who no longer exists in their partner's life. Okay. The next quality is the stubbornness and the fixed mindset that a RJ prone person can have. So RJ prone people can be pretty fixated and stubborn about how their partner should be, and that love, should be a certain way for them. There can also be an existence of a certain transactional nature concerning the relationship, like their love can only be doled out on certain conditions. Like, it can only love you if you have a certain past, or I can only love people who are a certain way or had a certain past. Okay, and like I've mentioned before, love isn't about conditions. Yes, of course, there is a criteria and should only let in people that have certain qualities, that match ours, or certain values that match ours. But when you truly love someone, you want them to be happy. Okay, you want to be happy for them as well, and you want the best for them. Love isn't really about, fixating on the quality of a person and, thinking and thinking about it and feeling bad about it. That's not really love, okay? That's obsessing. Yep. And the next quality is um, unrealistic, idealistic expectations of a person, and thinking that the perfect, flawless partner exists somewhere. So, like I've mentioned earlier, a person that is prone to RJ tends to have a fixation on their ideal type of partner. So, anyone that falls outside of that ideal type is just seen as flawed. Okay, something that I've seen many RJ prone people say is that they feel that their partner is no longer ideal to them because they have a certain type of romantic history or past. So, in a way, they are no longer flawless. Okay. But the thing is, all of us are flawed. All of us. Okay. We just differ in our flaws. And this also goes back to what you want in a partner. Do they fit your values? If they don't, then end things early. Okay. And also ask yourself, are you not talking about the difficult things up front, whilst you're dating and determining things about the person? Things like your sexual compatibility, your values, you know, um, maybe there are certain things about the past that you actually like to know about. Do you actually talk about these things? Because if you did and you found out that someone has certain things about them that you do not like, you could have ended things earlier when there were less invested feelings on your end. But because so many people usually date without any sort of intention and without any proper communication or honesty, they find out a lot of unexpected things about their partner when they're already knee deep into the relationship, when they're already super, super emotionally and physically invested already. then they start to feel trapped and resentful. Okay, but um, a kind of reminder here for all RJ people is that the perfect partner does not exist. Okay, and just to wrap up this video, thinking about all these, qualities that we've talked about, it's kind of easy to see how certain people can be more prone to retroactive jealousy. However, being prone to retroactive jealousy does not mean that one cannot heal from it at all. Okay, because RJ is also based off a lot of patterns and beliefs, things like attachment styles, mistrust or distrust of other people, and that usually stems from lack of trust in yourself, which also stems from what happened in your childhood. But if you're willing to work on all these things a little bit more, you'll find that, it will no longer be present in your relationships. And you find that, you start to focus on other things in your relationships and your partner. You start to look at things as like, you start to focus on compatibility instead of like, fixating and kind of ruminating and asking them, about what happened with their exes and things like that. Because that's not looking forward, that's looking back. And your partner is here in the now, trying to build a future with you, if they're the right person. So with people that are very prone to RJ, just keep that in mind. You can be healed, you can find the love that you want, but also be realistic that the perfect partner does not exist. And sometimes we need to kind of check our own beliefs and values about love, to see if they are actually leading us to the right direction. Okay, um, so just to end off this video, I have a couple of resources down below in the description box. And if you're actually struggling with your retroactive jealousy issues, my one-on-one email coaching slots are actually open right now. I'm not sure when I'll actually be closing them. Probably really soon. So if you'd like to, talk about your situation with someone who has been there before and has coached other people to actually a healthier space, um, do reach out, and I have all the details in the description below. So I will see you in the next video. And in the meantime, do take care and love yourself. See ya.